Okay, it's recording. Share screen. Hold on. Okay. So let's go back to this. Okay. So any other questions on this document? Okay. So I think really this is the next kind of step. You're going to go through these things with people. And Tessa, we did this at Morgan's that night, right? Did we talk about this stuff? I mean, you kind of just jumped.
I don't think so.
I've been on it.
Okay.
Down and talked about it though.
Okay. Well, the good thing is you just kind of, started, you just did it, whatever we told you to do. So, so it worked out well for you. Okay. So, and Emily, Dana, have you placed your start order yet?
Yes.
You did. Okay. So this is one to refer back to. So when you're signing somebody up, use this as a guide. I will be totally honest, you guys, this is much prettier than the document we used to have, but I was so uncomfortable in the beginning of my business talking to people about money, because when I started, I had none. Like, I did not have money to be dropping $1,000 on, facial cleansers and stuff. But I also trusted Beth, and I knew that I could not start a business without tools. And so, we used the one credit card that we had any room on. And I think it was like a $1,200 with shipping and tax and everything. And so it was a little scary, but I look back at it and I'm so glad I did that. But just know that there's a reason why we put this at the top. But very rarely do you have somebody that will do this, and that's okay. So, but it's so visual that it's nice for them to know. And it shows you the exact QV that they would get for that. So this puts you in strong qualification. This puts you in qualification over the 1,000, and this is pretty darn close. So a lot of people I'm finding are doing this, but adding another couple $100 in like host gifts and the gelée and primer and some of the things that, we say are like our top sellers. So when you're sitting down with somebody, show them this package, because this is really, I don't think this has the gelée.
That's a scrub.
Yeah. I'm such a huge proponent for the gelée that I tell everybody they should have it. But this really is a great package because you get the 2 RE9s and you immediately have one for yourself if you haven't already bought it, and one to show, or if you already have one to show and one as your tester set, to give to a hostess for a couple of days. So, and it has the Genius Ultra, the primer. This is a great package, but I do understand that, $1,000 is a bit much for some people right off the bat. So sometimes between this one and this one is where you'll find people. That's where they'll fall. So this is just a great, you don't have to print this off and have it laminated or anything. I would just, know where it is and make sure that you go through it with people. They know what we recommend. So after you've gotten them signed up and, gone through the suggested tools, and tell them why they need to start using the products to be authentically talking about Arbonne and selling those products, and then go through this with them. And you don't have to necessarily read every single thing through, but this is a great document too, how to Arbonnize your home. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but the things that they can start using right away for their home, which I think is another really great document. Okay. Developing their 100% contact list. This is something that somebody can do even before they sign up. So let's say they're very interested, but like they have to wait until Friday or something to get paid. Have them start this immediately. I've even had people start this. I think, Abby, you did this before you were even sure you were going to do this. We were like, start writing people down, because even if you decide not to, Morgan would love to work in your network. So you already kind of had a head start. You were already writing people down. I personally kept this list or pad of paper by my nightstand. I would carry it with me when I would go shopping. I would keep it in my car because there would be the most random times where somebody would pop into my head. And now I just have that in my notes on my phone. And so I have an ongoing list all the time that I still will add people. Or my husband will send me somebody's name, like, oh, I just met with this great lady. I think you should talk to her about the nutrition. And so now that Chris is he just did the 30-day program last month and was bragging about it at work and a couple meetings. People are like, oh my God, you're still not drinking. He's like, no, 4 more days. Well, then they wanted to know about it. So, make sure when you're doing the 30-day program, don't walk around and be like, oh my God, I can't have gluten again today. Or like if you're complaining about it, nobody's going to want to do it with you the next time. So tell them the things, that you're really noticing about it. Obviously, there are days like, really want that shot of tequila maybe. I don't know. Whatever it is that you're missing. That's my thing. But no, I had a cup of coffee this morning. I haven't had a cup of coffee in, 7 weeks. 1 sip, and it was the most disgusting, most bitter.
No way.
I couldn't believe it. I took 1 sip and I was like, oh my God, that tastes rancid. And so, yeah, I don't think I'll be drinking coffee. So, anyways, so, you don't have to use this list, but some people actually stare at a pad of paper and they're like, I don't know anybody. So this just gives them a couple, friends from the gym, five people from college, 5 from high school, 5 from elementary school, 5 of the hardest working people, but you could also just open up a blank piece of paper and start writing down. And then I always tell people, right away, underline or highlight or star the people that you want on your team. They don't know it yet, but you want them on your team. And then we can talk about some verbiage and things, which is number 3, what you would say to them. But while you're making your list, the people that would host for you and the people that you think would be great at this business, make sure you kind of mark those. And then I don't think, Morgan, have we done a dream team call yet?
No.
Okay, so I haven't done that with any of you guys yet, pretty much because you've been doing fine on your own talking to people about this. But I would love to throw that out to all of you I would be happy to do it with any one of you. So there's actually verbiage. So it's like a 25-minute call and it's literally, you read it. We do it on a free teleconference line. I set it up. I send you the info. You can create a red stamp invite and basically you're going to call, I don't know, whoever, 3 people, 5 people, 10 people, and just say, this is the verbiage, and this would be to ask someone that knows that you're already in Arbonne, or if you're brand new and they don't know that you do Arbonne. I'm calling because I'm super excited about a new health and wellness company or business that I started. I can't wait to share more with you. I'm having a dream team call on Wednesday. I'm really excited to share my vision and why I decided to jump in. I'm only asking a few select individuals to join me. Now, we would look at this verbiage and then change it to what's really authentic to you, but literally, this could be a message you would leave somebody or preferably ask them to call you back. And this is what you would, basically say to them in so many words. And then the part I like the best, and just so you know, I'm not asking you to say yes right now to doing Arbonne, just yes to joining me on the call to learn more about it. It would be about 30 minutes. That makes it clear to people that you just want them to learn. And then if they're, not available, no problem. Would you be interested in listening to a recording of the call or catching it for coffee? Because we record it and then you have it saved. You can send it out to anybody you want. So that's how you would ask somebody. And then I don't know that the verbiage is in here. So I have that. And then basically it's a script from someone that wrote it who kind of implemented this. I can't remember what team she's on in Nevada or something. So you would look at her script and you would change it to you, like what your past was. And then I have about 22 or 23 minutes of a Discover Arbonne that's very specific. I would do the same one with all of you and your people. So it's very scripted. I hopefully don't sound like I'm reading, but so that you then have it and you know exactly what it says and you can send that to people. I personally love doing face-to-face. Just, somebody that you want to share this business with, text me or Vox me and say, hey, can we talk to this person at, 8:00 tonight? To me, I really love to do that. I am much more of a belly-to-belly or face-to-face person. But I just want you guys to know that the Dream Team call is an option for any of you guys. And you can, then you have a recording. But I love to be face-to-face with people. It's just, more who I am. Any questions about the Dream Team call?
That's just something you can like do whenever, right?
Anytime. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And so like for you being far away from all of us, I know. Those are some of the things that you might want to take advantage of, but literally doing it through, like, obviously you guys have to have a Zoom account to be able to have multiple people. And I think there's a free version, but it's only like 40 minutes. But you could do Skype. There's got to be other programs, other apps out there and things that you guys can do. But, this is just as good based on the distance. And I think what it shows people is you can do this business really from anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. But honestly, you guys, this is really important. I would almost say number 3 is more important than, well, it's not more important than getting your tools, because you need to have your tools, but it is so important. I hope you guys can see that just with the growth of your business and Morgan's team is you guys have all added somebody in your first month. And, those of you this is your first month, that's your goal, is to add somebody by the end of this month or starting next month. And first of all, it's way more fun when you have a team. It's, you wouldn't quit on somebody else. So you're less likely to walk away when, it gets difficult sometimes. I mean, who doesn't want to go to Vegas with all of us? So right there, it's much more fun to go with your, with a team. And, obviously your pay is just going to increase, and you're working the same amount of hours for more income and helping other people reach their goals. So, and then I think this is where it gets, a lot of people can do like, oh, I placed my order. I've got this great list of people. I've got people circled that I want to talk to about the business. And maybe you're even talking to some people, but then now your calendar is like not really full. So this is really,
Me.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. That's how you're going to meet new people, right? So I think it's the hardest time in your business is in the very beginning, when you have to ask people that you know to help you out, especially if you're kind of a doer and you don't like to ask for help. That's me. I could do it myself. I'm perfectly capable. And then, oh, by the way, would you help me out? Like, those words don't come out of my mouth tasting very good. So,
no, never.
Yeah. So, but in this business, it is super important to have people help you out and, to introduce. And basically that's it. Like, I need practice. I need to get in front of some people. I know that you'll find your time is valued. There's no expectation. It's just, to get me practice and to really educate people. And it really, you could say it that way and it kind of takes off the pressure. But the goal is that you have 6 to 10 presentations booked in your first 30 days. So if today is the 20th and you're going to look out 30 days to October 20th, you would want to have 6 to 10 group presentations. That can include your launches, self-post, anything like over Zoom. And then on top of that, you can do one-on-ones, and you can, do a 2-on-1. You can meet a friend with her friend at a coffee shop, or, and then you can obviously you want to have your business appointments as well. Maybe you're dropping samples, giving them samples, but you're really talking to them about the business. All of those things are extra on top, because group presentations are where you're going to be able to, meet multiple people in a setting and have, a higher probability of meeting your next business builder and getting bookings to meet new people to get outside of your warm network. So let's see here. Let's make sure. And also it's going to get you to district, obviously, fast. So your launch dates, it explains that in here. I haven't had anyone do a mail like mail out a letter. That's kind of old school, but I suppose if you wanted to do that, you could. I emailed like 250 people my first weekend and just said, so that they knew I was doing it, knowing I would not get very much response back, but I just wanted to put it out there. And then I slowly started going down my list. I was like 10 to 15 calls a day just to check to see if they got my email. And most people were like, oh yeah, I did. And sounds great, sure. And then I had to get bold and say, would you, mean a lot to me if you would host for me? And a lot of them said yes. Others were like, oh, I didn't get your email. Well, it went to spam or something. So that's why you call people or follow up with them. If you don't know what to say to people, there's great verbiage here. Like have you ever seen Despicable Me? Such a funny scene in there where he's calling the girl to ask her out on a date, and like he can't pick up the phone. It weighs like 1,000 pounds, and then it catches on. He like starts it on fire, and just anything to not have to pick up the phone. There are legitimately people that do like they'll go clean 5 toilets in their house before they will want to pick up the phone. So I get that it's uncomfortable for people. So I don't care if you're a texter and that's how you communicate with people and they communicate back with you that way, that's fine. But also know if you're calling people maybe a little bit older than you, they might prefer a phone call. So just kind of know your audience. But here's some getting started verbiage, how to ask people if you're struggling with that. So here's the other piece of advice I give people. If you call 5 people and you get 0 results from that, like, no, I won't host for you. No, I won't come to something for you. No, I won't help you out. You're probably not being as effective as you could be. Don't make any more calls. Call somebody who has, call your upline or your next upline, or call me and just say, okay, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It might not be that you're doing anything wrong, but maybe we could tweak something before you burn through your list and then you have no one else to call. And then this is just a great, okay, I don't know why I don't know. So this funnel method, I think, is really important. So you think of a funnel and how it looks, and it's very wide at the top and very narrow at the bottom. The top of the funnel is what you want the most of. So you want to ask people to join your business the most. So start with what you want most. If they say, oh gosh, yeah, it sounds great, I just don't see myself ever doing that, or I'm too busy, I can't start something else. Okay, no problem. And you could even say like, gosh, I totally felt the same way when I was asked, but I learned that, it's only 10 to 12 hours a week and I definitely could find that time, but that's totally fine. Would you consider hosting for me? It would still really help me out. So now you're falling back on what you want next. You're not going to look at the business, would they host for you? Because now you're going to meet some people, but you got to tell them it would really mean a lot to me, or you'd really be helping me out. I promise you will have a ton of fun. You'll get some gifts for me. I just need some practice and I need to get in front of some people that I don't know. And then the even farther down is if they're like, gosh, my house is under construction, I can't host right now. Then it could be, well, would you come to my launch? I'm having a self-host event, or my upline's having a nutrition event on Sunday. You could come to that. You can come as my guest. That's pretty non-risky for somebody if they don't want to have anyone in their house. And the last thing you would want to fall back on is, can I at least get you some samples to try? So the hardest part about this, you guys, is when somebody tells you no, what's the reaction? It's like, oh, okay. All right, well, thanks. And then you hang up the phone. You're like, oh, well, that didn't go very well. So you have to be strong. You have to follow up with the next thing. If they say no to the business, oh my gosh, no problem. Would you consider hosting? And then, use that verbiage. Oh, no problem. Well, what about this? I'm having an event at my house on Friday. I'd love to have you come to that. It's hard for someone to say no to you 3 times. Certainly not 4.
Number.
What?
The 3's the magic number.
Yep. Yeah. So,
it took me 3 different ways, like talking to my friend Maria about why she should do the 30-day challenge with me, until she finally was like, okay, fine, I'll do it.
Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be a little persistent, but you can do it without being pushy and nauseating, trust me. Yeah. Okay. This just talks about, the different ways. And this is huge. And I think those of you guys that are getting people on this 30-day program. So Emily, do you know, well, you're up in La Crosse too, right? No. You're up in.
No, I'm in Minneapolis.
Okay, how far is that from La Crosse?
Like 3 hours.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. So what you could do is we could talk to you a little bit about, how we've done these nutrition events down here, and you can decide to do something like that. It's super easy.
Okay.
Maybe when you get your first business builder started, that would be something fun to do together. So you're not feeling like,
I'm all alone.
yeah, or like you're doing all the work,
Yeah.
But this is that link that I showed you already, and finding 6 to 10 people to do the 30 Days to Healthy Living program. I mean, that's huge volume. That's how Morgan finished Area Qual, because she did a nutrition presentation, or she did with the meal, and like everybody that night bought a fit kit. It was what, $2,900 or $2,700?
Yeah, something like that.
It was a lot. Yeah. So that is a great tool. And then really this one is just, I think this is kind of a lost art. I don't know if young people have really been taught to write down goals. And I know that people my age have totally forgotten to dream. Like they're in a rut. This is the life. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm getting close to retirement. So I have 7 more years. I'm going to work my butt off for 7 more years. And it's so depressing. It's so depressing to think of people that have that to look forward to. Like they have to finish, they're this close, but 7 years is a long time to be working that hard in a job you don't really love, just so that now you're hopefully healthy enough to be able to live out your dreams. So you guys are, at a younger age, I think you're smarter about not wanting that kind of life. Doesn't mean that you have all the answers and you know exactly how to accomplish it, but this business can do that for you. So I think this is really important. If you guys can start doing this 21 Reasons Why. I love it because when you have 21 Reasons Why, and then maybe even write like someone's name next to each of those reasons, that you really want them to join your business, or it's a way, like, you won't quit this business until you have talked, because these reasons why are too important to you to quit. And you're going to get through all of those people that scare you, or it's however you want to look at it, whatever games you want to play with yourself. But at some point here, we're going to do a vision board get together. We've done them in the past. It's so much fun. I invite a bunch of people over we just hang out in my basement, bring magazines and poster boards, and we just, my kids have, I don't know how many vision boards we have in our house in a pile downstairs. They have their current one in their room, but I look back at the ones that they started when they were like 3, and they're so cute, like Corvettes everywhere and big yachts, and now it's like, they still have some of that stuff, but it's like they have pictures of Haiti because they each have a child that they spend $35 a month on, out of their own money. They have to figure out a way to pay for it. They have to ref, or, Traylon's 13 and he has to pay for that. Like, he has to figure out where that money comes from every month. And they have a picture of their kid that they have kind of adopted, and, mission trips that we want to go on, and things that they want to do in their community, which, would never have probably happened had it not been for us Chris doing his business and me doing Arbonne, and all the things that we read. And it's just really fun. So we'll do a vision board thing, maybe with Shannon's team sometime. And then we have some good food and stuff like that. So
you got to give me like maybe a 2-week notice, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We usually have more than that. So
Perfect.
okay. I wanted to go through one other thing. Did we do this, you guys, at Morgan, at your house?
No.
Okay. Whoops. So this is BethMalcook.com. This is Beth's website. And the password is GRIT, G-R-I-T, all lowercase. And this is really, so that email I sent you yesterday with all the attachments, that's all on this website. So This is a tab that just, anytime there's new products, there's price lists and some flyers. If you want to meet the product and know what things are, you can go in here. But this is really the most important tab right here. Resources by activity. And presentations this is where the script is, right here. This is where the nutrition script is. And these are sample, this is back in 2014, but the script is still relatively similar. And then here's all of the presentation aids. So here's the one that we laminate for the closed table. So all of this stuff is in here. So if you ever can't find that email I sent you, or you just lost something, here's that before and after flip chart that we use. So I just wanted you guys to know where all of this stuff is. And then what do we have? Here's the client profile card, all that stuff, host packages. A lot of the stuff you do not need to print off, but just so you know where it is. And then this is an area where I think in the rush of signing everybody up, we have not really done a good job of this. So I put this in this last email, and I just wanted to make sure I talk about this for a minute, because the closed table, which I know you can't do at every party because there's not the space for it, but if you can, always have a separate table, kitchen table or the dining room table, or just a different area in the house where you can have privacy to talk with somebody about their order, and then have that conversation. So what do you think about hosting? Because when you do the game, whether it's the envelope game or you have bags or whatever, some people are like, oh yeah, I just don't want to commit to anything in front of people. But when you have them face to face by themselves, you can say, like, I saw that your wish list was humongous, and I know you're not going to be able to get all that tonight. What is like the one thing that you really, really want to have? And if I gave that to you as a host gift, would that make it worth your while? Like, whatever you have to say to get them to commit to booking and you're comfortable with, do it. And then again, so have you ever considered a business like this? You mentioned when we were doing the hand scrub that you would love to, you wanted that promotion so badly and you didn't get it, or, that you really don't love your commute to work every day. Have you ever thought about doing something in addition to your job that would give you freedom down the road? You've got to have those conversations with people. At least it's going to pique their curiosity. And if they say, well, actually, you'll be surprised. The people that just told you that they have, they're going through a divorce, or they've got a child with special needs and their job is crazy. And, you think, oh, I would never ask them. They clearly have too much on their plate. And you say, gosh, I don't know I don't want to assume anything, but have you ever thought about owning your own business or doing something like this? You'll be surprised how many people will say, actually, yes, I have thought about it. And if you don't ask them, they're not, that's a missed opportunity. You'd rather ask them and have them say, oh gosh, no. So make sure you're doing that. And all of these forms, the ones that I put in that email, you don't need all of these. So I kind of was picking and choosing the ones I think are the best ones. And I'm working on my Ion Arbonne right now. It's on my list to get done as soon as I can, so you guys can have mine in there too, which is just cool. So you can say, like, oh, this is, my upline. She lives, close to me or whatever. So I will be trying to find my pictures to use for that. And then the other thing was this. Well, I suppose hostess coaching is important too. What to do with hostesses. You want to make sure you work hard to get a party booked, and then if you don't hostess coach and it cancels because, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to personally call people. I thought I just would have put it on Facebook. So you want to make sure you set them up to succeed. And then I forgot to just mention, did you guys see that video on Beth's website about the dice game?
Mm-mm.
It was Julie Kowalski, or I forget her name, but she did a little thing with Beth like you did, Morgan. It was like the Thursday tip or something. I am going to order one. It's coming from Canada. I think it's 20 something dollars. Let me see what she said here. But if you guys, it's coming from Calgary, if you guys want, you have to be local to order it with me because obviously then I can get it to you. Dice games are approximately $16 United States. So if anybody wants one, let me know. And I would add one for you. So basically what it is it's a game that you, like, I guess it's like Bunko kind of, where there's cards and then everybody, instead of just doing like, here's an envelope, open it or don't open it, they get to roll the dice and they get the number, whatever dice number they roll, they get that card. And some of them say book a party, some of them say like thank you for coming or something. I don't know the exact details, but I think it might make it a little bit more interactive. So you could probably make one if you're crafty. So if you just want me to get one and I can take pictures of it and show you, you could just do that. So email me or Vox me if you want me to order one for you. I'm going to try to place that tomorrow. And then, you know what? I'm happy to mail it too. Like if anybody wants one that doesn't live here, I'd be happy to. You could just pay a couple extra bucks for shipping too. All right. Any questions, you guys? Or Morgan or Abby? Tessa, can you think of anything that I should go over? You guys know where the links are. They're right here for the 30 Days to Healthy Living.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Beth just
I
posted.
think I printed a lot of those off.
You what?
I said I just printed a lot of them off because I hate reading on a computer screen.
Yeah.
So I just print everything.
Well, I have a question. What would you say, like, if you reached out to someone and they said no at first or they didn't even respond? Like, should you reach out to them again, or like, how do you?
So say that I didn't hear the first part. So you reached out to them and they said no, or they
said no, or they just didn't respond?
So tell me what they said no to.
Like coming to a party.
Okay. So did you do it through texting or?
Facebook messaging
Okay.
for people that I didn't have their numbers.
Got it. So give me like an example of the verbiage that you said.
It was like right when I started, and it was the invitation for my launch party.
Okay.
It was also saying just like some background why I got started, and then
Yeah. And then was it just like, oh no, thanks, not interested?
yeah, it probably wasn't the best, but I don't know how to go back and kind of
Yeah.
fix that.
Yeah. So, well, one thing that I know that it's very easy to do after, like, a lot of us wish we could have a do-over, you know, with certain people. So I think it's okay to say that to somebody. And I don't know if this example is appropriate because it wasn't that long ago, but I know that about 2 years into my business when I was really like, okay, you know, there are some people that I asked right away and just was like, oh my God, that was so awful. And then I just didn't revisit them. So I basically called them back and said, you know, I just want you to know that when I first called you 2 years ago, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was just super excited, but I would really like a do-over because I think I didn't do a good enough job of telling you, you know, what it is that I love about this company and this business. And so you could totally say, like, I'm asking permission for a do-over and kind of laugh about it. You know, it's harder for you because it's literally been a month, you know, but you could use that verbiage if you feel like it's appropriate or down the road. And then I think, you know, just checking back because, you know, if they just said like, oh no, thank you, I'm not interested. What I would do in the future is say, you know, can I, just so that I know how to, you know, just for practice and to be able to serve people in the future, like what is it that would make it worth your while to come to something? Because sometimes people like to, they get good at saying no to everything because they're just overwhelmed or too busy. So maybe they think you're asking them to come spend money when you're really, you know, asking them to come learn about these amazing products, but they don't have to buy anything. Legitimately, they don't have to buy anything. So I think if you, you know, ask a few more questions, and it's uncomfortable when somebody says no. And I know through messaging and everything, it's a little tricky because can't hear them or see their face. So I think another thing, a way to avoid that is to, when you're messaging somebody, say, before you tell them anything, ask for their phone number. Hey, I wanted to catch up with you, and I, had either I had a question for you, I wanted to, check in with you about something, but I really want to talk to you on the phone. Can I give you a call? Like, are you free tonight? Are you free tomorrow? Get them on the phone, but then make sure you don't make the mistake of spending the first 20 minutes catching up with them and then say, oh, by the way, they will feel like that was the only reason why you called, even though it is one of the reasons why you called. But if you get that out of the way right away and say, hey, I totally want to catch up with you because I've been seeing on Facebook, it looks like you've got so many great things going on in your life or whatever. But I have something I'm really excited about, and I want to talk to you about that first. And then I would love to meet up with you and we can catch up, or, let's talk. But I definitely want to get this, out of the way up front and just share something with you. Oh, okay, sure. Why? What's up? Does that make sense about,
Yep.
You don't want to be like slimy about it, and they feel like, oh, you just listened to me tell you my life story, but you were really only calling to tell me about your business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
But I do think it's okay to check back with somebody, and when somebody says no to you, maybe ask them more questions like, well, I totally understand if it's a busy time. Can I check back with you in a couple of months? Or maybe you ask them to come to something, or maybe you ask them to host and now you're going to ask them to come to something, or, vice versa, or just say like, I know the first event I had for my launch didn't work out, timing wise, but I wanted to just check back with you. We're doing something different. We're having a holiday showcase or something like that.
Mm.
And then just so you guys know, the VPs, we did a call today with, to figure out our holiday stuff. And I don't know that Beth has posted it yet because I haven't really been on Facebook much today, but Wednesday, the 11th, we are doing at Hotel Red, we're doing a holiday open house from 5:30 to 7:30. It's going to be super awesome. We're going to have stations, and we're going to, wow, it's thundering. We're going to have makeup artists. We're going to have massage therapists doing chair massages. We're going to have nutrition stuff. And then you can invite your customers to come, and they can sample things. They can get color matched. They can, if they want to have their, eye makeup done or whatever, they can. And we're just going to be hanging out for 2 hours. Say that again.
Is that October 11th?
October 11th. It's a Wednesday. So, and then we'll do the opportunity right after that. So anybody that wants to stay, you could say, hey, I'm going to get you a glass of wine, or let's go get a drink at the bar. And, I'd love to have you stay. You'd want to tell them that before they come. Like, maybe if they're coming for the business, have them come 45 minutes early so they can walk around and see all the products and then stay for the business part. So that's an open house kind of thing. They can come and go when they want.
So when is the opportunity part?
At 7:45. And there'll be like a flyer that'll come out about that too. And then 2 weeks later, on the 25th, we're going to do a Discover Arbonne at the Mercedes-Benz dealership on the Beltline.
What was that date?
That's the 25th. And then if you guys feel like there is, after we do Sunday night, if you feel like there's a need to do another nutrition event, like at the end of October or early November, we can do another one. And I think at that point we should do, instead of burrito bowls, we could do like a clean chili meal. Like chicken chili, there's a recipe in the meals. That would be really yummy. Uh-oh, are you guys are frozen. Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay.
Now I can.
So those were the 2 dates that we went over, and then you guys saw the page that you can add yourself to. Let's see, where is it? Oh, there was Mug Morgan. There's a great, all the essential oils. This is a really great info on that. Okay, so this post from earlier, 2 hours ago, if you want to add yourself to this page, the Mall Cook Nation Consultant Only Facebook page for fourth quarter. That's the longest title ever. This one is going to be for us or you guys to share something that has gone well, like a business idea, or I think people that have maybe done some, we've done, nursing home things before, or we've done all kinds of different things. So you'll be able to see from our ideas some things that would be great to try for the holidays. So I think that is, I see Abby in there. Okay, I'll add you guys I'll approve you guys if you add yourselves. So there's that. And then, let's see. Yeah, I think that was kind of the latest posts. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, so many babies today. I'm like,
So cute. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, so any other things, you guys?
Me? Question?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have still a couple girls that need to still sign up for their like they want to do the Fit Kids for the 30-day challenge.
Yep.
And they told me multiple times that they want to do it, but then like every time I try to call them or text them or whatever, like I'm just not getting through to them, and they're people I work with.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is awkward. I don't know what to do.
Right. Okay. So did they come to something that they learned about it, or you just told them about it?
Kayla, I did a one-on-one with via FaceTime and told her about it. And then at work, I was on break and a couple girls had asked me about it, so I just told them. And then I had 3 girls from work come to my launch party on Saturday.
Okay. So, and how many of them have purchased it already?
Just Maria and my aunts and my mom.
Okay. So those other girls are all interested, but it's
the follow through that I'm
got it.
Come on.
Okay. So you could try, let's see. I mean, first of all, if they want to start on October 4th, they need to get their stuff. So like
right.
you can
what I said to Kayla today.
Like the posts start on Monday, so in a couple days, and just want to make sure you're going to have your stuff in time. So I need to know. And you tried that?
Yeah, no, I did that to Kayla today. I was like, hey, like just letting you know, like if you want to start on the first Monday of the month, you need to get your orders in today. I'm more than happy to sit down and talk with you about it because she doesn't live far. I was like,
right.
Even time and walk you through, and then I never got a response, and I was like, oh.
So. Okay. So I think you might have to do if it's not the right time, just let me know. But I really want you to do this with me. It's going to be, trust me, from everything I've heard, it's going to be awesome. But ultimately it's their decision whether they do it or not. You just want to know. Yeah. I think if you felt like you wanted to pull out a little bit of, there's an extra incentive if you do it by, Sunday or Friday, whatever, pick a date. Like there's an extra incentive. They already know they get free shipping. Okay. It's up to you if you felt like, you wanted to say if you put it more on your goals, because these are friends of yours. Okay. So I'm not sure where you're at. I certainly do not want to have this be awkward at work. Just call it to the carpet. I don't want this to be awkward. I really want you to do this with me. I know that you're going to love it. Plus it's, it's nice to have accountability partners, but there's, the other reason is I'm really pushing for a big goal this month and next month. And so how about this? If you, decide, if you sign up to do this and we get your stuff by Saturday or by Sunday or whatever day, because honestly, they just need to get it, probably order it by Monday or Tuesday to have it by the weekend so that they can start the next Monday.
Yeah.
So put a deadline on it. If you do it by then, I will give you an extra product. Now, that could be the Shea Butter Lip Balm. It doesn't have to be a $25 hand cream or something. It could literally be one of the cheapest things we have in the catalog. Or you could buy the like the Shea Butter Trio set. That's these little, and then you get 3 of them and then break them up. And then use 2 for gifts, and then give, if all 3 of them do that, or 5 of them, then you're going to give each one of them one of these as a bonus gift. You could say, I'll give you a holiday product for free, if you sign up on Sunday or something. So that.
But I haven't, invested in like
Right.
a bunch of stuff yet, and I'll be
Right.
completely honest about it. So
Yeah.
I have some of it, but I definitely.
But you'd have to order that. So that they wouldn't have to get it. Like you could just say like, you'll get this with your order or something like that.
Okay.
And that sometimes you got to give a little to get, because
Right.
know that once they do this, they place the order, they're going to fall in love with everything. So sometimes when you're not getting the result you want, you got to like dangle a little carrot.
Yeah, no, for Maria was like, once I took pictures of like the lookbook or whatever and sent it to her of like the results, and she was like, okay, done. Deal.
I'm in. Right.
Like, all right.
But I think it's okay to say, like, I do not want this to be awkward. I do not want to be the crazy Arbonne lady and have you see me and run the other way. Like I always say to people, all right, I'm feeling borderline stalkerish, and that's not really what I like to do. All you got to do is tell me you're not interested. It's okay. And then they laugh. They're like, oh, no. I've just been so busy, blah, blah, blah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then another question as to how to go about this. So I have a girl that I went to college with, and she was on the track brother. I know who she is. She's actually married to one of my brother's really good friends, and she's like personal trainer. And so she runs her own personal trainer thing, and she just started or is starting like a 28-day challenge for like her fitness program.
Okay.
So like I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I don't know, like if you've thought about, incorporating another business into your life. And she hasn't gotten back to me yet, but I'm really hoping that one is going to be like a good, like, because she's just like, she's very determined. She has goals. Like she would be awesome. So
that is awesome.
I'm really banking on this one. We'll see.
Well, and here's the thing. If she's like, oh, I don't know, just say, would you do me a favor? I'm so new that I'm getting practice on how to talk to people about the business. And you have such a, like, I always like to like compliment people. I don't lie, but I know you're a person of influence. I know people probably, respect you just based on, what I know about you. So and I think you would be a great person for me to practice on. And I would love to call you with my mentor, and you can ask a ton of questions, but I want to hear how she would talk to you about this business. And then just say, like, I'll set up a 3-way call and we'll call her together.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think, and then what happens is people realize, like, wow, you've got somebody that you've never even met in person, and she makes a call with you. Like, what's that about? Because that is really what we do. So. Yeah,
no. Hopefully I'll hear back from her. She's usually pretty good. I mean, I know who she is. She knows who I am, kind of thing. But she lives in La Crosse. So a lot of the connections that I have are usually nothing near me, which is kind of fortunate, but that's okay.
It is okay. I mean, it's, So, where did you grow up?
What?
Where did you grow up?
In Minneapolis.
Okay.
So, but I went to school in Wisconsin, and like I talk more to people from there than I do from home. So,
I know there's a ton of, well, I don't know if it's a ton, but I know that there are quite a few Arbonne managers, like leaders up in that area. Beth goes up there every once in a while. Holly Lesh is another RVP. She goes up there. Joyce Dieter's an RVP. She has team up there. So it's not like all the time, but, and then where is Sparta? How far is that from you? Sparta, Wisconsin?
I don't know where Sparta is.
Maybe that's closer to La Crosse.
I think it's across.
Is it? Okay. Well, we could look into that. I don't know. Look on a map and see if you can find out where that is, because we have 2 RVPs on our team that live there, and they do meetings every month. If it's even within an hour, or I don't know that it is, but I know we've got a couple area managers up in the Minneapolis area too that, at least you could partner with and see what they've got going. And I'll actually do some digging on that.
Okay, that would be awesome if you could. Thank you.
So what is your town that you're in?
I live in Plymouth.
Plymouth.
Minnesota. So it's about 20 minutes from like St. Paul, Minneapolis area.
In which direction? North, south, west? Okay. All right. I will ask Beth who is in that area.
Okay.
But those are great questions because I think all you have to do is just keep asking people. I don't care where they live. I mean, obviously
Right.
you want some local people too, just because it's
Yeah.
easier and you can actually meet with them in person. But
Mhm.
yeah, and we've got you on Voxer, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm hoping I've got everybody on there. Can you guys think of anything else? Dana, did you think of anything? I know we talked through a lot of stuff that day.
Yeah, and I just started kind of presenting things a little differently because I was getting a lot of no's with parties,
Yeah.
or they commit and then cancel or change. So I was getting a little frustrated and just kind of had to think about it for a day or two and decided just to approach it straight as the business. Don't even talk about the products right away. Just go to the business. And so that morning I was kind of on a roll. It was actually 2 days ago, and got sent out 4 things before when I was driving to work technically. Got 4 responses immediately and 3 appointments set, and then 1 who's waiting for me to schedule with her sister for Skype and Montana. So
Okay.
just tried to approach it. I don't know. I told Ab, well, it's not working the other way. People really weren't interested in the parties so much, which I know I still got to work on and find people to do that, which this next week will be very good, actually.
Good.
But I just thought I don't want to miss out on the opportunities to have maybe a smaller 1 or 2 people and
Absolutely.
just
So
business because
those one-on-ones that you're doing about the business, are they going to be in person or are they farther away?
3 people will be in person, and then the 2 in Montana will be farther.
Okay.
And the 1 in Louisiana, not really right now, but you might consider it later.
Well, will you let me know if you want me to go to any of those with you or, yeah.
Yep. The 1 with her sister in Montana, I'm hoping for next Friday, but she's going to let me know.
Okay.
Actually, I'll call her today, and I didn't yet, so.
Okay.
She's
Yeah,
earlier.
that'd be great because I still have that night open. So yeah, we could do a Zoom or whatever. But my schedule can be somewhat flexible during the days too. I can move things around or do like a coffee appointment or a lunch appointment or whatever.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
No.
Tonight, just having the 1 gal who canceled tonight. I mean, she's a full-time student. She works 2 part-time jobs, so she's busy, but interested. And I might need to do a phone call with that one.
Okay.
We'll see.
And busy's great. So let's set it up. That would be totally fine.
Yep. And then the other couple, I approached a girl that I know from a friend's daughter, but her and her fiance as a team. So that's what they've agreed to do and just kind of get together because they're both very interested.
Awesome.
So that'd be kind of fun.
So cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else, you guys, that you can think of?
I don't think so.